so I reckon I spent at least 2 or 3 hours of my life trying to lick my elbow because I heard people can do that. But I think it has more to do with the length of your tongue than it has to do with your flexibility because I have hyperflexibility in my legs and my. Wait, is that on?
Yes, baby. It's been on for a while now.
Okay, that's.
Okay,
Cool.
hi.
Hello.
Have a good evening.
Oh, you stink!
So I said you stink. Oh my god, good evening everyone. Glad to have you for this impromptu. What the heck did I just do? This impromptu stream. What? Sorry, stuff at us, but I said I can do that, so. Hey, good evening. So this is a bit of a different stream. I can maybe clip that. Okay, someone clipped you talking about licking your elbow, baby. Are you happy?
I'm very okay with that.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause I'm actually curious, how many people have tried to lick their elbow?
Chat, Sela, if you've tried to lick your elbow before in your life, say it in the chat, let us know. For those who don't know, this is my wife. How do we even call you? Because, no real names here.
Oh, I'm not part of this.
You are very much part of this right now.
I'll go for avocado.
So you're affogato?
Yeah.
Affogato. Sounds like a stripper name.
I'll take it.
So I called you Mama.
Ew, no. Dad, some of my friends already call me mom.
Well, yeah, but the thing is,
I'll take avocado works for me. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
avocado works.
Okay,
I'll take it.
avocado. Okay, no, because the thing is, because I'm Papa Italiano, so
So it
the-
needs to rhyme.
No, it's fine. Avocado is fine. So we did this thing behind my suggestion, and also because we haven't done it in a while, and we always had a bit of fun doing it. I hope you can hear properly because we need to share. Someone calls you Miss Kenya, baby.
Wish.
Well, didn't you used to model?
Oh my god, that's like, it's literally been 11 years since I ever did anything.
Well,
And now I like food too much. Never gonna happen again.
well, I'm sorry, but you married an Italian. It was
Exactly.
it was
It was
going to
you.
happen. Meow, meow, meow. So, how was your day, my love?
I had class and then I took a nap.
Was it a good nap?
Yeah, I could go back to sleep.
Sorry that dragged you on stream to do this thing because I wanted to talk about some stuff and I was interested about hearing what you have to say about things and these are some interesting stuff. This like you said, an Italian romance story.
Are we romantic?
Are we? I don't know.
I think so.
I don't think we're particularly romantic. Do you guys think we're romantic?
We both forgot our anniversary last year.
We did?
You don't remember? We were talking
No.
about it a couple of days ago. What were we doing for our anniversary? And we both couldn't remember what we were doing because we didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're right. Well, no, for the wedding anniversary or the first
No,
day?
the anniversary.
Anniversary. Well, yeah, I guess. Well, I guess maybe we're not right now, man. No, we're not exactly particular. But with Peter, I'm not a crazy games where like, oh yeah, this guy, Master Nilla. You know that Pascal ever read a demo, the stream.
Oh yeah, you told me about the message.
Eh?
You told me about the message in your demo.
Yeah, and this guy needed to go through to I don't know how many million monies in the thing, and it took him 36 hours.
I feel like you need some sleep and maybe some sunlight and some.
You
know,
think?
eventually.
You think that's the worst thing he's ever done?
Eventually.
You think that's the worst thing he's ever done? I'll tell you the worst thing he's ever done later. My gosh. But yeah, it's the things people will do for their obsessions. It's kind of nuts. And speaking of obsessions, because that is the kind of the subject that I want to talk about today, because today there was a very long-awaited Nintendo Direct. It was a good demo. there was a very awaited Nintendo Direct. Do you know what a Nintendo Direct is, baby?
Isn't it the online platform?
No, that's Nintendo Online. Nintendo Directs are like streams where they talk about upcoming projects, releases. So you know that thing that they used to do only once a year at D3?
Yeah.
Now they do it online and they control everything.
Yeah, but that's because the
Whatever. Okay.
The D3
The
conference-
E3, yeah, he died in 2021, but
Yeah.
no. Yeah, no, it was a long thing, but yeah. Anyway, now it's dead because after Nintendo realized that they could just sell their stuff directly and they could do it directly on stream. They like, why go to E3 and spend the money to build up the exhibition and everything and risk having interference from the audience or stuff like that.
And actually telling the truth about the games that are coming out.
Yeah, no, Nintendo has always been controlling as F. And actually, if someone I literally have written about it in my thesis that I did for my master's degree. And there is an entire chapter about what Nintendo is like, and they've always been like this, always so controlling and greedy since the actual 80s, even before that. But before we get more into that, let's introduce ourselves so that they can understand the kind of bias that we're coming from, if there is any bias, you know. Like, so we talk a lot about video games. It's one of our favorite pastimes. You love Animal Crossing, yes.
Sure do. Stardew Valley.
Yeah, you
And
love
now
it.
I'm really into Terraria.
Yeah, and also I remember that you always loved the Sims, specifically Sims 1 and 2.
No, I hated 2. 1 only.
Okay, just Sims 1 even. Okay, perfect. Okay.
I don't like the idea of having goals and targets in your life. It kind of defeats the purpose. If I wanted to disappoint someone, I'd just why would I disappoint him online and have him live a miserable life because I can't concentrate on achieving goals.
Okay, so great. Too much goals is too much stress. You just want the chaos.
Yeah, I want to lock someone in a basement and watch them die over a couple of days.
We're talking about Sims. Do not talk about real people. It's a thing that they did in Sims, the video games, a lot.
Allegedly.
Anyway, but the thing is, we never really specifically talked about Nintendo, because I know that you had a Game Boy, if I remember correctly, but we never really talked about the relationship that we both have with Nintendo, which is a big part of the gaming ecosystem. So I'm curious. Master Ninja says that I played he made me, and he just died after 20 minutes.
Honestly, that's impressive. They're actually quite hard to kill because they always have this auto feature when if you don't feed them or you don't do anything, they feed themselves. You had to really try to kill it, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Master Nilla. You are exceptionally good sociopath. So, baby, Nintendo. What is your relationship with Nintendo? What is the first Nintendo game or console that you ever played?
Like most people, which was the first? N64 was the first one I owned, but I think I played the one before that.
Oh yeah, same actually. The Nintendo 64 was actually the very first console I ever had, and I remember, how do you say? Damn it, you see, they keep throwing stuff at my face.
Why? What's wrong with your...
No, it's a game. It's like people will ask, how do you get the Jeeps, the coins? Those are loyalty points, and you get more by chatting, by watching streams, by subscribing, following, giving bits. So every time you interact with and support the channel, you get more points. You can use that to throw stuff at my face and play sounds, etc, etc, etc. So if you want more, you need to do some of the stuff. And Nintendo 64, yeah, that's both of us. And what was the first game that you remember playing on it?
Kirby.
Kirby. Oh.
I even remember the smell of sitting on the floor.
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
always been my favorite game. Not particularly good in retrospect. I remember playing it later, but it always gives me warm, fuzzy feelings.
Yeah. For me, I remember very clearly that the first game for Nintendo 64 I ever got was Yoshi's Story.
Yeah.
It was a platformer in the Yoshi Island series where you control the Yoshis, and there was a whole thing that you had to go through. Hey, thank you, Master Leaves Us, for the beats. Cheers! Look at it, and they fall. Nice.
Yay.
Thank you for the beats.
That was neat.
What?
I'm not very chronically. Well, I am chronically online, but not in the same way that you are.
What do you mean? Hey, so
I've never seen this side of the internet.
you ever seen Twitch?
Well, I've seen Twitch, but I've never really experienced it.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. And it keeps coming, leaves us. Why? So many cheers, so many beats. Look at them fall. Yeah, it's fun, honestly. I'm getting used to it still a little bit, but it's very, very fun. Calm down.
Let him feel his feelings.
Oh no! Look at that! Oh no! So many. Look at, see what I found? Look at the cup! Well, it doesn't run it over yet, but yeah. You can watch a Duck stream for a bit of hard exposure to this. This year probably pretty mild.
Yeah, I think this is a good start.
Thank you. We'll try and continue entertaining.
Hey, actually, you never owned any Mario games?
Oh no, I have. Well, Yoshi's Story is technically a
Yeah,
Mario.
you know what I meant.
No, I have. Wow. Yeah, on Nintendo 64, because after that I remember buying. Oh my god, my second Nintendo 64 game was the infamous Superman 64.
Oh, the one where you just fly through the hoops.
Oh yes, that one. I remember buying it. I was like, I don't understand. Superman, why are we doing this? Hey, cheers again. What is he doing? He's a madman. Someone stop him. Oh god, they're trying to one-up each other now. Okay.
Okay, I'm getting scared. Should I go somewhere?
Oh,
Should I call someone? Should I call Mr. Twitch, Dr. Twitch,
Dr. Twitch, so that
Captain Twitch?
Jeff Bezos then.
No, that's Jeff Bezos. Captain Twitch is someone.
No, but I think his Twitch is on.
I am aware. You ruined my joke.
I'm sorry, I don't know Captain Twitch. Does anyone You what? No, Gyps aren't money, they're loyalty. Exactly. Bits are stuff that you can use to cheer. No, it's fine, Cora. Don't put them on break. Let them do. Let them do whatever. But yeah, no, bits are stuff that you buy from Twitch with real money. It's like currency. But Gyps instead are loyalty points, so to speak. Okay, yes, Super 64, and then after that I had Zelda 64 Ocarina of Time. Zelda Ocarina of Time, yeah. Mm-hmm. That game was scary. I remember playing it because I was very young. Well, very young. It was like 11, 12, and it was scary for me. There are some parts in that thing that I remember being creeping me out. Like there's a part where you had to go into a crypt to find the big shield, the Hylian shield, and there is the Red Dead, which is the zombie. And basically they paralyze you by screaming at you. And I remember the first time when this thing screams, and then there is a little Link that cannot move, but this thing that inches closer and closer. It was very scary for a young kid.
Did it give you nightmares?
Not that I can remember, but well, maybe. Well, yeah, I don't know, maybe. And then of course there was Mario 64. Did
you ever finish it?
Define finish it.
Like open all the what's it called
I remember
collect all the stars.
No, not collect all the stars. Not on Mario 64.
Okay, first of all, how did you win it?
What do you mean?
Oh, the game. Not the game, your game, not our game.
Yeah, there's the thing that is.
Okay.
As I was saying,
I don't know any
I remember that. Yeah, Queen Ofra remembers that. The thing is, no, not really, because the thing is, you don't even need it. You don't even need to do it to finish the game, because you just need to get enough stars to get to the boss door where Bowser is, and then you finish the game. I collected all of them, but on the DS, because there was Mario 64 DS, and that was more interesting. I think it was a better version of Mario 64 because you could play as other characters. You could play as Mario, you could play as Luigi, you could play Yoshi, and you could play as Wario.
Yeah, no, I only stopped at the Game Boy Advance. At that point, it just started getting too expensive. I think I was, 14 by then, and I kind of gave up on buying
Yeah, same. I had an allowance, so I started saving to buy stuff. And so basically the sequence was Nintendo 64, it was a Christmas present. But everything after that I had to save from my allowance. So it was Nintendo Game Boy Advance, then it was GameCube. It's fine. Then it was Nintendo DS, and basically I bought every Nintendo console. Even now I have a Nintendo Switch. My thing is I never use it. You use your Switch that I bought you for your birthday more than me, because you love the Animal Crossing. But I think is for me, Nintendo has lost a lot of attractiveness, both as an hardware maker and as a software maker. I really don't care for a lot of for honestly any Nintendo games anymore.
I think I've just kind of been priced out, because as a kid it was something I did on my way home. You go to the GameStop, you look around, something within your budget. And I remember when, this sounds stupid, but everyone was talking about it. You need to give me that. When I was a kid, GTA came out. GTA 3, I think, or 2. I don't remember which one exactly was.
On what console was it? Do you remember?
It was a PlayStation.
The first one?
Yeah.
Then it could have only been 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. My point is, when I bought it, it was 27 euros new.
Yeah.
I still have it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I could still play it if I wanted, theoretically.
Oh wow.
And now it feels oh my god, maybe I'm just old. Because if I can't hold it in my hands, I don't believe I own it. There's a mental barrier for me if I cannot hold it. Same with my music, same with everything.
Yeah, and that is a lot of stuff. That is a lot of things that these are all things that came to my mind as well because of the Nintendo Direct today, and the music is a bit too loud, so we're gonna lower it a little.
This music? Why would you put on music?
No, there is some background music in the stream, but it's fine because
I can
anyway.
Make music.
Yeah? That's copyrighted, baby.
They can't prove it. I can't sing. Can you prove what I am singing?
Avocado is barely audible, baby.
Oh, now I have to sit up. I don't want to sit up.
Oh no, you don't let me down.
I was sitting cozily on my back.
And now instead she has
like
to
we're
face
in a therapy session.
But anyway, it's fine because it's fine now. See, baby, it's because you were horizontal.
I enjoy being. I'm a clinophile. I like flying. I like being horizontal. I like taking naps.
Yeah. Also, I just realized maybe I shouldn't say horizontal. People.
Oh no, you're vertical. So it's fine. He is not involved in the horizontal process.
I get it. So some people are commenting about this stuff. Yeah, been 5 years, some Nintendo games still cost 80 now. When I was a kid, a game costed 60 at launch and 40 after a year.
Yeah.
I remember those days, yes. I played GTA 5 when I was 11 back in 2013.
That is a child, sir.
Maybe 25 years old is not.
I know, I'm just being...
Of course you are. The lawyers are already on their way. Oh yeah, alright, because these two are childhood friends and stuff. And for those who would... yeah, all this stuff that I started thinking about, yeah, like the physical ownership of gaming, the prices, everything, all that stuff that came just rushing back to me because of today's Nintendo Direct. Because what did Nintendo do? What did Nintendo do? Nintendo in this Direct, basically they say they confirmed that the Nintendo Switch 2 was coming. It was coming, and now today they announced the date and a lot of other details, and not all of those details are nice. Have you seen anything on the internet maybe about this, or I'm gonna break the news to you now?
No, I looked it up because we were talking about it
Oh yeah,
earlier, and I did look up the two versions being released
yeah,
of the Switch in Japan.
yeah. Because there is also that because now it's okay. So first of all, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming, and the international version is going to cost $449 which means in the EU is going to be 449 euros.
Yeah, they like to just
Yeah,
standardize the
and
price.
in the UK it's probably gonna be priced at around 400 pounds.
Yeah.
If I have to
No, sometimes when they're greedy, they
Take-
just do 449 in every single currency.
Yeah,
it's
but-
very dumb, but they do that.
Yeah, I remember that wasn't the case with wasn't the case with the normal Switch and other consoles. For example, Sony didn't do that. They adjusted a little for pounds. So yeah. Then there is the fact that okay, it's going to come out on the 5th of June with pre-orders opening on April the 9th, and it's also going to come with a bundle with the new Mario Kart at $4.99.
But isn't that they always I don't know, I'm old now, but they used to advertise it as a game that you play with your friends. I do not associate Mario Kart as a single player game or an online game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that is
It's a party game.
yeah, a party game, but that is shifted a lot now. Like, just keep in mind that most consoles, they don't really have multi-screen. You know what I mean? They don't have multi-screen gameplay anymore. It's just online. If you want to play with your friends, both of your friends, you all need your own console.
That's
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, that's changed a
That's
lot.
greedy.
Yeah, that is greedy. And then you go into the accessories because we also have the prices for the accessories. Thanks to the nickname in the server is Fat Boy. Thanks for Fat Boy for providing all the facts because this is actually interesting. It's very good. Yes, there we go. The accessories from the US website. A Switch 2 Pro controller, like which is basically instead of the Joy-Cons on the sides that you can remove, an actual controller like this is going to be $79.99.
Yeah, they priced me out.
Then there is the Joy-Con, which is an alternative, an extra of the things that you attach at the Switch side. Those are called Joy-Cons. Another one of those, $89.99. A camera, because there is a camera accessory now for the Switch 2, $49.99. And a dock set, as in a dock set. The setup. Yeah, that's a good. It's $109.99. These are the accessories. So far, what do you think?
I need to answer this question with an anecdote.
Okay, please.
My favorite game for a very long time, this is PS1 related, was Rayman. It was the most challenging, infuriating, difficult game I have ever played. And remember, we did not have memory cards back.
Oh, you're talking PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Okay.
This is the anecdote. I'm going back.
Yeah, no, just okay.
I bought it when the euro started becoming a thing. Yes, I am that old. For 12 euros, 35 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it specifically because I had to take out my coins and count them one by one. The guy was pissed. When I went and thought about the game again, a couple of months later, I was like, hey, you know, it'd be nice to have the original Rayman again. That was such a fun game.
Oh yeah.
And I looked it up.
And
They
yeah.
only sold it in a bundle,
Okay.
and it was 75 euros.
Whoa.
For a game that nobody played but me. Nobody seems to remember existed, other than Rabbit Rabbits, or Raven Rabbits, or Rabbit Rabbits.
Rabbit
was it?
rabbit. Something like that.
Yeah.
Rabbits. Anyway.
No one played it. I loved that game, and you priced me out. How dare you? And that's my problem with games a lot of times. I am in the nostalgia phase, 30-year-olds, that's just what happens. 30 guys. Wabbit.
Wabbit. It's Wabbit season.
And sometimes I want to get my old games back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, digital should be cheaper, right? No production cost, no overhead. All of them are offline.
Yep.
No servers to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're more expensive than when I got them in the first place. Like Sims 1. Remember when they were selling the anniversary packet?
Yep.
I got Sims 1 for €5 at GameStop.
Yeah.
Just the base game, remember? Not the extra additional parts of the game.
Okay. So like that is and
Yeah,
and,
exactly. No 4Q, $500. That's insane.
Yeah, $500 for the
And
console.
aren't
and
we like in a recession or something?
we're about to be, because that's another thing, because the Switch came timely, because you know that basically the new president of the United States has gone like on a
That
little
guy.
crazy, and depending on what he says in 34 minutes when he
Has a
addresses
plan.
the
Oh
nation.
god, that's gonna be so interesting.
Yeah.
Terrifying, horrible for everyone, especially for me, because a lot of my
Oh, yeah.
favorite snacks are American.
Okay. Oh.
A lot of my favorite drinks are American. Well, not cola, but like a lot of my favorite drinks are American, and I'm not gonna be able to get my snacks. What
Nope.
am I gonna do?
No, and if you guys, and yeah, it's gonna be
Have you
interesting.
ever had a hot Cheeto? Honestly, I absolutely believe that stuff causes ADHD because I've never. I don't get addicted to snacks quickly,
Yeah.
but a hot Cheeto, I could kill a grown man for a hot Cheeto right now, and I haven't had one in a year.
Oh, why? He misses his Jack Daniels.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna suck too.
Yeah. And no, but the thing is, you say all that, and I didn't even tell you the rest. Digital, now there is a new price for digital games. Now, digital games are going to cost $80.
Yeah, okay, no. Somebody's gonna need to call Luigi or something.
And the thing is,
Sorry, Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Because I feel like Waluigi would have lower stakes than
Maybe a little,
Yeah.
yes. And no, wait, there's more. There is more. Are you ready for more?
Yes.
Okay, so $80 for the digital version, but maybe you want to spend a little bit more for the physical version.
No, I do
which,
not.
No, wait, because you don't understand. It's going to be $90. No, but even that, the thing is, first of all, the new Switch, the Switch 2, the cartridges that you have for the Switch 1 are not compatible. As in, there is no backwards compatibility. But even more, they don't have they call them game key cards, because they don't actually contain the game.
Oh my god.
They contain a key, a digital key that you're gonna use to download the game.
Guys, I'm so sorry. The Emperor has no clothes. Why doesn't anyone see that the Emperor has no clothes? What are we doing?
Yeah, and it's getting rid of clothes indeed. The thing is, Nintendo has always been like this. It's always been like this. I literally studied it, and they always been like this since
Yeah,
the
but
80s.
before they
since the
used to be reasonably priced.
Oh yeah, no, but the thing is that yeah.
Adjusting for inflation and everything, they were always within the scope of the price. You could find games in Kenya, I remember as a kid, they were priced according to the GDP of that country. And then they invented country locks, I think it was, so you couldn't play
Oh
them on
yes,
devices
Nintendo
abroad.
like country,
Yeah.
exactly. I remember. I think they get the country lock, exactly. I think they're the one who invented it for the. I think it was for the DS.
Yeah.
Originally that happened. No, they always invented this kind of stuff. And The thing is, the emperor has no clothes, but baby, I'll tell you something else.
No, someone's asking the meaning of the emperor has no clothes.
Oh, what does the emperor has no clothes mean in this case?
Okay.
Okay, baby, please explain.
I grew up in Denmark.
Uh-huh.
And that means a lot of books I read as a kid were based on Hans Christian Andersen.
Oh.
And the emperor's clothes is basically...
Who's Hans Christian Andersen, for those who don't know?
He was a writer in the 18th
Something like that.
who wrote books based on old tales from, well, the region of Scandinavia.
So, Scandinavian folklore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
Okay.
So the emperor has no clothes is basically a bunch of thieves come into town. They go meet the emperor and say, oh, we're going to weave you this beautiful gown made of different silks and gold and emeralds.
Uh-huh.
And you have to pay us this money. And anyone who says that no, that's just all they said. And then they go out and he's like, look what look what he's weaving, look what he's weaving. Can't you see how amazing it is? Can't you see how amazing it is? And everyone's like, no one wants to argue with the emperor. They're like,
Yeah, no, but we'll argue about what? What do you mean?
About what he's wearing, what they're weaving. They're not weaving anything.
They're not weaving anything.
No.
They're like they're doing stuff with their hands and like, no.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
They're
look at the emperor, wow, look at the cloth, look at this, it's beautiful, I can't wait to see the clothes. There is nothing there. So they put the clothes between parentheses
Okay.
on the emperor, and he walks out to the people, and the people are like, wow, look at his amazing robes, oh my god, they're amazing. And then suddenly a little child points and looks at him. The emperor is naked, the emperor has no clothes.
So basically what you're saying is that in this case, we're talking about everyone acting like this is okay, despite that there is a naked guy.
Clearly there's a problem.
There is clearly a problem.
I mean, also Hans Christian Andersen was crying because what's his name? The guy who wrote Dorian Gray.
Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde didn't requite his love. That's why he was crying in everyone's gardens, drunk.
Oh.
He wrote him like 1 million love letters.
Oh, so the gays.
The bisexuals. Let's not count out the bisexuals.
The bisexuals. Thank you for clarifying avocado and
He
mayonnaise.
was just a sensitive little guy.
Well, welcome. You're welcome. How do you call it? Hans Christian Andersen. So yeah, the emperor has no clothes. But the thing is, and this really what struck me, because I've been following this kind of stuff, the industry kind of stuff, for a little more than a decade. Didn't answer at a lot of heavily Christian stories, did he? I don't know.
That I can't quote because we were never taught that element. I remember as a kid.
Yeah. So anyway, so what I say, because I've been following video games for more than a decade, and the thing is, there is a few topical moments of video game history in the industry side that they became memed to hell and back because of how short-sighted they were. The first one was the PS3 launch price. There was that soundbite that was used in I don't know how many animations on Newgrounds. The PS3 will price at $599 US, $599 US, $599 US. The PS3 originally, the fat one, the big one, was priced at $599 US. This was the mid-2000s. That is a lot of money.
A ridiculous amount.
That was a ridiculous amount of money. They got clowned for it to hell and back. And that was one. So, yeah, okay, you're pricing this stuff really high, Nintendo. It reminded me of that. But then, there is this thing with the game key cards, which means that you don't actually own your games. And this instead reminded me of the Xbox One in 2013, where the guys originally the Xbox One, which was the sequel to the Xbox 360 and not the first Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One. The Xbox One originally couldn't work without an internet connection. Even if you own the game on disk, you couldn't use it if you didn't have an internet connection. And this is going to be the same. If you don't actually own the game, if you don't have an internet connection to download the gigs with the game keycard, you are not gonna be able to play your game. Say you all of a sudden want to play a game or the servers go off. You are literally going to own a brick and some sheets of plastic. And it's insane to me. It's insane that you say, hey, yeah, the emperor has no clothes. It's like they're trying to salami slice how much people can normalize the fact that you don't own anything anymore. You are renting pieces of software. You don't own them in a physical form anymore. And it's nuts.
All I'm gonna say is, yo ho ho, a bottle of rum.
Yo ho, and a bottle of rum.
And not an American one, guys. Please.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, American rum is, yeah. It's, no, sorry, like, America, it does some things good, but alcohol is not one of them.
That's not, actually, that's,
Yeah, it's true.
I do like a good bourbon.
I don't. I'm a wine guy, and I try
Okay,
California
fair.
wine, but there is something missing. Probably water, considering. Considering. Oh, thank you, Master Nila, for subscribing. Thank you very much. Thank you for the sub. Hey, bum. That is amazing. Oh wow, the sub is heavier than all the beats, and it went like woof. That was funny. That was fun to watch. I'm still learning what everything does. What? Nani? Yeah, indeed, Nani. There goes your lunch. What? What's happening? I don't know what's happening. Oh, hi, Sionaga. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking about the Nintendo, how greedy they got.
I mean, they got.
Yeah, actually, they've always been like that. They've always been like that. They always be like that. And there's the thing, like, okay, for those who don't know, I mentioned it a couple of times already, but I got my master's thesis. I have a master's degree. And my master's degree is in business, marketing, and organization. Okay, how do you arrange your work? How do you arrange your work in a business? And the marketing, the communication, how everything you do in how do you say, in a company influences the way that people think about your company and your product, etc., etc., etc. And my master thesis for that degree was about video games, but more specifically, it was about, let's say, basically, I took a look at the video game history, the history of the video game industry, and then make some educated guesses to where it was going. And in the middle of my research, by the way, my thesis is now a book. If you want to give it a look, it's on Amazon, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We did it. As I was saying, and one thing that I had to study was the great North American crash of video games. Basically, it was when the entire video game market in the United States of America basically disappeared almost overnight because of a few factors. And
Was E.T. one of them?
E.T. was more like a symptom because the issue.
I still really want to play that game, just out of curiosity. I know it's bad.
Oh, you can find Let's Play on YouTube.
No, I want to play it. I want to experience it. I don't want to experience it secondhand. I want to suffer. Wait. No, I said what I said. I meant it.
Okay. She wants to suffer. We get it.
I mean, Rayman is my favorite game of all time. That should tell you everything you should know about me. And I've cried, real tears, playing it.
Oh my gosh, my baby. You cried your tears.
I like a challenging game. I like a badly created and produced game with bad touch mechanics. What can I say?
I don't know. Anyway, what happened, it was, but the thing is, it's not that it was hard. It's not that E.T. the Extraterrestrial was a hard game. It was a broken game. It was an unfinished game. It was a game that should have never seen the light of a shelf in the state that it was released on. And that was the issue. Because what happened is that the company that created the video game market in the US, which is still to this day the biggest and most profitable, was Atari. And the thing is, Atari made both the games and the consoles. So they sold the consoles at a lower price, and then they made profit with the games. Then what happened though? What happened is that other companies started, let's say, reverse engineering the cartridges of the Atari and started producing their own games they could play on the Atari. The first company to do this was the original Activision. They're the first ones who started making games without actually having a console to run them through. They just made pure software. But the thing is, once they realized that that could be done, everyone started trying to make video games. So the market was flooded with a lot of cheap stuff, unplayable stuff, and people didn't know what to play. They started...
back then you had to wait for the magazine, I remember.
Exactly, but even those magazines, they couldn't really...
keep up with all the games coming out. They could only keep up with games that were given to them or that they actually wanted to buy because they were curious.
Exactly, so they couldn't keep up, and so people just didn't know what to trust and who to trust. And then Atari themselves made two incredible dots that so many people bought, and a lot of people brought back, and they started, and then the market started cratering because they had promised, exponential expansion. The thing that it started in the 80s, guys. It's not a recent thing promising bigger and bigger profits.
Oh, poor Flaquito.
Oh, what happened? So, leaves us. What did you do? Did you accidentally give too much money here? Jesus Christ! I'm gonna need to refund this.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there is a way to refund this stuff because this is not okay. This is not okay. What the hell have you done, man? No, how? Totally not. What do you mean totally not? No, I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry.
It's happening.
I'm not right now because I need to look up how you do it. Mess up. These guys are insane.
They are.
These guys.
Oh, I love mice and rats. They're actually a lot smarter than people realize, but they're heartbreak pets. They only live up to like 5 years, and I can't do it.
No, I cannot do it either. I cannot do it either. And
hamsters, if you're really curious about the circle of life.
This money. Don't call me that, please. People are gonna think of other stuff.
It's Daddy Warbucks.
Why are you in court?
I thought rats were 5 years. 3 years. That's worse. That's worse, right?
That's worse, right? I want to go. I don't know how to probably care for one.
I mean, there are a lot of YouTubers who would let you look up. You could look up to see what they actually need. But I'm already sensitive. Like, I cried when our fish died, and he died at like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Which is extremely old for a house goldfish. I know they can live much longer than that, but considering. I cried when my Tamagotchi died as well.
Oh, I cried when my dog died. Marley, I miss you so much. He refused to die even though he's a old man. Girl, big. Daddy War big card for you to pay you. Leaves us. I'm sorry, I can't believe I need to make this disclaimer. I thought that this only happened to other VTubers. Like, I saw someone on a VTube friend, Noxiruo. She's an artist. She worked on some of our games. She's great. Look her up. and a guy basically gifted 100 subs. It's like
Nice.
that.
That's a lot.
I don't even know how much money that is. Like
I'm
I am concerned.
Wait, what were we talking?
I think they might be drunk. Oh my god.
Remember to stay hydrated, guys. Electrolytes. Some OJ also contains electrolytes. It's a forgotten electrolyte source.
Ah, damn. Okay, so I can't refund bits, but I'll see about the sub. At least the sub. This is not okay. This is not okay. Anyway, what were you talking about? Oh, yes, the crash. And then Atari released two dads that basically said, okay, we can trust anyone. The first was the Atari version of Pac-Man.
I remember that.
Because Pac-Man was first a cabinet, and then they made the Atari version for the home system, the Atari Air, and it was terrible. And that was the first one. And the second then was E.T. the Extraterrestrial, which was rushed and produced in 4 to 5 months because it needed to be out by Christmas. And that was it. That was it.
And this was probably before proper crunch was normalized.
Yeah. And it was one guy. It was one guy because I read research. It was one guy put to work on it, and it's like,
Oh my god.
what?
Also, electrolytes are basically the salt and the sugar that you need for your nervous system and your body to function.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Dude, Jesus. This is why, and he keeps doing it. Look at that. Look at it. This guy. Sir, you.
Guys, it's a weekday. Not just sugar and salt.
Sugar and salt.
A lot of mass-produced orange juices contain salt.
There we go. So, what's a good way to replenish your electrolytes?
This doctor told me last time when I went, Gatorade is the best.
Gatorade.
Otherwise, something like broth is a good way to get electrolytes in.
Mm-hmm.
And a cup of OJ. And actually, Diet Cola for the salt. It contains quite a bit of salt.
Okay. Okay, so is it cheap? Yeah, these two Finnish Ashsat. Look at that. Master Nilla, maybe okay, maybe hold yourself because I think he's going to need the money more than me if he keeps going like this.
Also, isn't there sunlight in Finland right now? Shouldn't you guys be like in an okay mood?
No, I think they are. That's the issue here. Also, yeah, they may be. If you stay still, they will. What do you think I am? That's very old simp. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on anymore. Anyway, so yeah, and that's how it crashed. And the thing is, then Nintendo came in with the Nintendo Entertainment System and stuff, and basically they kind of revitalized the gaming industry in the US by tricking people into buying the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's why it's called that, because they couldn't sell it as a video game console. Because, oh my god, they couldn't sell it as a video game console because people didn't trust video games at all anymore. The cap has run it over. The cap has run it over.
Children, please.
Children, please, indeed.
The avocado and the father have spoken.
Please think about what you're gonna eat. Think about what you're gonna eat. Don't do this. Okay, and that, but the thing is, and because they how do you say? Because they basically recreated the market, they also brought with them the culture that they have in Japan. And the thing is, you have to understand about corporate culture of Japan. In Japan, they don't think the monopolies are a bad thing. They don't. They don't think the monopolies are a bad thing. And Nintendo in the Japan had a monopoly on a lot of stuff in the video game industry. They had a lot of power that they used in ways that in the West we would call unethical,
questionable,
questionable. Yeah, pushing on distributors, retailers, and stuff, boosting their weights. And to this day, Nintendo still has the corporate culture that the only thing that they owe the customer is to make a good game. That's it.
What if it's not a good game?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, but what damage do you need to have to think a monopoly is good?
Theoretically, if we look at it from the, what's it called, Smith?
With Smithsonian?
No, Robert Smith. Which was the economist?
The Economist I think it's Robert Smith.
Yeah, Robert Smith.
Anyway,
Yeah, and if you are the best product with the most efficient production, the biggest economics of scale, the natural conclusion is that you become a monopoly because nobody else can keep up with you until somebody finds a way to improve their methods to beat you at your own game. The problem is his theory never included external factors like, hey, the government said no is an external factor, or I basically drown everyone else and drown the market and undercut my own prices so that you can't even enter the market.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want you in the part of the story. Or you can just start shooting people. That's also fine.
Oh god. Yeah. So
Please eat something, guy. No, don't eat the cat. Please do not eat the cat.
No,
I know it sounds like I'm making a double entendre here, but please do not eat the cat.
I think he wants the cat so the cat can catch mice and for him.
Make it catch squirrels. Squirrels have more protein in them than mice.
How do you know that?
I've eaten squirrel.
You eaten squirrel.
I have eaten squirrel. It's
Wow.
pretty tasty. It tastes like nuts. No, but it actually does taste like nuts.
It tastes like what he eats.
Yeah.
Don't take a in it. So yeah, and they have. I think it's and they always been like that. And there is a thing that I talk about in the book where they almost came to, let's say, blows, like metaphorical blows with Walmart. Because the thing is that Nintendo, there was a problem at, I think it was Walmart. Anyway, yeah, it's in the book. Anyway, a big retailer that was complaining because Nintendo wouldn't take back the unsold NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, while they were selling the SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Mm-hmm. So everyone was grabbing the Nintendos, the Super Nintendos, and no one wanted the Nintendos anymore. But not only didn't Nintendo take them back and pay them back the money for the unsold units, they didn't even allow them to lower the price. So imagine that. Imagine that this guy were complaining because Nintendo, they were literally making, how do you say, they were literally making their own product unable to be sold and occupied shelf space, and Walmart was at a loss. And to this day, yeah, they don't lower the price of anything. So now we're here, and imagine forever, like from here until the end cycle of the thing, and even after, they're never gonna lower the price of their $500 console and their $90 games, which are not actually games, they're key cards to download them, the games. It's
how are you guys as video game players not more angry at the system? Like, I understand Steam, that was its business model to begin with. That's how it was always intended to be. Download the game, at least you can keep the game. I have a bunch of games that I haven't paid in a decade.
It was a digital store from the beginning, yeah.
Are you guys not more angry?
Oh yeah, it's the thing is, some people are angry because that thing is honestly.
And then if you add scalpers on top of it.
Oh, scalpers! Yeah, I didn't talk about scalpers because that's the another thing Nintendo does, the artificial scarcity. They did it with the Amiibo. I remember that was a disaster. There was a black market of Amiibos.
I was part of that black market. I was looking for a very specific villager from my Animal Crossing.
Of course you were.
But it was too expensive, so they priced me out.
Yeah. What makes you think I'm not angry? What can I do other than not buy things? And the thing is, yeah.
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum.
Yeah, there's that. No, but here's the thing, because yeah, I've seen people get angry at Nintendo for stuff, but at the same time, there were people saying, "Oh, I like the lineup. Too bad for the
Yeah,
price."
I want
And
to support this and this.
no, and that's
creator.
and that's always been the thing with Nintendo. They like, okay, listen to this definition, because this is what I think on Nintendo in one sentence. They are alien mobsters that wear a kid-friendly skin suit. They're like the giant roach from Men in Black, except they wear the skin of Mario, because they do all this anti-consumer stuff.
So Japanese Mickey Mouse.
More or less. But yeah, that's the thing. They do all this horrible anti-consumer, anti-industry stuff. They the DMC that they do, the things with the prices and everything, but people ignore it because they have gaming's biggest icons.
And Monopoly.
On what?
On certain IPs, no?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They are icons, that's what I meant. They are pieces. They have the monopoly of some of gaming's biggest franchises. I am lucky in the sense that I personally don't really give a shit. I haven't played a Zelda game since Twilight Princess. I haven't played a Mario game. There wasn't one of the Alpha Dream Mario and Luigi series games since... the Dream Team, because then I started doing that weird crossover with Paper Mario, and I was like, nah. So like, I don't care for the Nintendo IPs. Like, heck, I bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch. I even got let's try. I played it like a couple times and then never again. I literally don't have any... Oh, and the one that pissed me off so much was Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is a stereo tactical RPGs, and I could never get into them. I bought the one for Nintendo Switch, Three Houses, because everyone was suggesting it to me. Oh, it's so good, it's so fun, blah, blah, blah. And then everyone was getting, 9 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Everyone was praising this thing. I play it. It's literally one of the thing is different tastes. Not everyone likes the same kind of game.
Sure.
I'm a guy who really likes writing. You need to have good writing. Like, you need to have good characters. And the thing is, that thing... thank you, Master Lipsas, but I think we need to make an intervention here.
Okay. Your spending has hurt us in the following ways.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, Three Houses, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Everyone was suggesting it to me. There was not...
What's it about?
Eh?
What's it about? I've never heard of it.
It's, again, a set of tactical RPGs, basically, and now there is a social part where you're supposed to have social links with characters and go on dates and shit, like Persona.
So Facebook RPG.
Yeah, that's totally great. A Facebook RPG. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And the thing is, it was so juvenile. Like, it was, the thing is, the writing was, okay, if you hear you're a Fire Emblem fan, if you're not a Fire Emblem fan already, we don't give a shit. We don't gonna model you. And it was so obvious and barefaced. It was awful. Awful. I regretted that buy immediately, and then the gameplay now it was you got to save scam. It's the gameplay was set up with save scamming, saving and loading all over again, and it was awful. It was awful. I hate that game. I hate Fire Emblem Three Houses. I never want to touch a Fire Emblem game again. And the thing is, okay, maybe I don't like it, but the thing is, there was not a single person that I spoke to, or a single reviewer that reviewed that thing that mentioned the writing may not be your cup of tea. And that is the other thing with Nintendo. Everyone is up their ass. because of the clout. And also because if they decide not to give you their games to review ahead of time, as a game reviewer, YouTuber, whatever, you're fucked. You're fucked. And the thing is, everyone else does the same thing. Nintendo is not the only one who does this kind of stuff. Ubisoft has done it, Sony has done it, Konami, Activision, Blizzard, etc, etc, etc. Nintendo gets away with the same stuff and worse that another company gets lambasted for, and it is sickening. As you say, the Emperor has no clothes, but not Nintendo. Nintendo always have a Mario Cup or something, and it's honestly, it's kind of offensive.
Well, it's time to stop buying their games then. Without a mess.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like their biggest market generally. I don't think it's even Europe. Europe is more PlayStation and Xbox. From what I remember, this is a very long time ago, so don't quote me. But I remember when they did the numbers, the Nintendo was mostly, especially where we are now and where I was in the Netherlands, was considered more a console for kids and kids games.
Thank you. Not anymore.
I know, I'm trying to explain my logic.
Yeah.
And it was considered as something you have to play the little Italian mustache guy. Not something you play real games that have real effort put into it, you know?
Yeah.
And therefore, their biggest market was usually the US.
Yeah.
Not Europe. So if you add the tariffs on top of it and already the loss of confidence in the company, I hope they make a big what's it called? Big change. Because what was it again? I remember the thing that made me stop. It put a sour taste in my mouth. The guy who was sued by Nintendo for $10 million or something like that.
Oh yeah, the guy who did. It was some people
for
were.
One game. He had one game that he had digitalized or something.
No, it was basically a lawsuit about some guys who did. I say cartridges that you can use to crack and play games, download the games, I think for the Switch. I don't really remember the name, but basically the guy was one member of a team of 4, is the only one that they got their hands on, and they only earned out of the scam like 100,000, something like that. The guy was sued for 10 millions. Successfully sued. The bad guy ruined his life for this kind of shit. It's like, Nintendo is awful. Nintendo is awful, and it's always been awful. And now I hope that more people notice it and act on it. But there is also the fact that I don't think they even need to act on it. Because depending on what's happening right now, because it's 22, so Trump is literally talking right now, I think that there is a lot of people, depending on what happens in the next months, who are not gonna be able to buy that shit. Yeah. Unless they're willing to bankrupt themselves for a Mario game.
I mean, there'll always be that one or so.
Yeah, but you cannot sustain Nintendo on 1 or 2 people. Like, it's honestly insane. And then there is an hypothesis that's even more sinister. An hypothesis that's even more oh my god, what if? Imagine if the price for the game and for the console, because it may be because of greed, it may be because of that. It may be because of that, absolutely. But what if it's not because of greed, and it's because that is what happened with a lot of other games in the past few years. Games which the budget for creating them and the time for making them has gotten so long, and the price of making them has gotten so big that they cannot sell it any lower, otherwise they cannot recoup the costs. Can you imagine if we gotten to the point that making games, AAA level games, because we're talking about that kind of game, that kind of level game, it's gotten so expensive, the budgets are so bloated that unless they sell shit that high, they cannot recoup the costs. That is terrifying, because it means that we are about to face another collapse of the industry. And this time is... can you imagine that?
I think there is when your business model exists on exponential growth every year,
Yeah.
at some point something is gonna crack and something is gonna break. It's unsustainable, and
Exactly.
maybe it would be good, it would be healthy for the collapse. I don't want to be morbid about it because these are lives on the line as well. There are people who work for Nintendo,
Yeah.
many people,
Yeah.
but their business model is unsustainable.
The reason model is unstable, absolutely. And the thing is, this is not really a conspiracy because this literally happening.
It happened many times, and no one ever learned from other companies that have gone under
No.
due to overextending themselves. Look at a very stupid example: Hooters.
Hooters. Okay, yeah.
It got bought up by one of those. What are they called again? There's one person that holds the trust and decides what to do with the money.
The administrator or something?
No, it has.
CEO?
No, it has another.
Manager?
It's not a person. It's like a collective.
Oh, the board.
Never mind.
Okay.
Anyway, those people.
Those people make the decisions.
Usually, it's tech companies, tech bros who are trying to liquidate as much as they can, get as much money out of it. So what
Okay.
they do is they sell the land from under it and force Hooters, which are franchises,
Yeah.
to lease the land.
Okay.
So they get priced out as the value of the land goes up depending on the area where the thing is.
Alright.
And then they have to shut down. And now all of the Hooters have shut down. So the franchise owners are the ones who lose because the corporate now is held by some guy
Some
in the
guy.
Bay Area. Well,
There
some collective in the Bay Area that was just
Exactly.
trying to make a quick buck by liquidating everything. Not that they were massively making losses before, their growth just wasn't as big as the owners wanted it to
No, and again, this actually happened in the video game industry very recently, even because during the pandemic, somehow video game companies they thought that everyone was going to keep buying and play games the same way that they did during the pandemic, when they literally could not leave their
Yeah,
homes.
dude, I played
And
so many video games.
And they started over-hiring, over-acquiring, and spending all this money with no possibility of returns. And so there's been studio closures on studio closures, tens of thousands of people laid off in the last 2 years. But even before that, in like 2017, again, another thing that I talk about in the book, Activision Blizzard, they set the year, I think it was 2017, it was the year that they set their record profits. Again, the year where they had more profits than ever in their entire corporate history, they had to fire people because even with record profits, they couldn't hit the growth targets. And so it's like,
Which is impossible. We only have so many resources, so many buyers,
Yeah,
so
got
many
it.
customers.
yeah, it's like they
Like
think,
you cut corners constantly around everything and expect people to keep spending the same amount of money for worse material.
or more.
You're not IKEA, my guy.
No, and
Like
even
I'm not gonna blame IKEA for giving me shoddy product because it's freaking IKEA.
yeah.
I would be mad if I went to a specialist store and got a shoddy couch.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Now people are actually complaining that there is another thing about the Nintendo Switch that I didn't mention, the Nintendo Switch 2. Last year, Nintendo released the Nintendo Switch OLED, which is a Nintendo Switch with an OLED screen. The Nintendo Switch 2 costs more than Nintendo Switch OLED, but it has an LCD screen. So, like, there is also that little detail. And some people are already complaining about that. It's like, and I'm sorry, there's also the fact that, okay, when maybe people give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt because they make good games. And I'm like, making good games is not a unique thing to Nintendo. It's the bare minimum.
But the thing is, astroturfing, I know it's used a lot in political science, it's used a lot in other terminology, but astroturfing is a very legitimate business and marketing strategy. Put out our name enough times, people think of a game, they think of...
Yeah.
Like I remember my mom when we had a PlayStation saying, switch off your Nintendo because she...
Yeah,
didn't-
exactly. Exactly.
Okay, some of the Sonic games were okay.
Yeah, I like Sonic Frontiers a lot. It's the
And
latest
Dr.
one.
Mario is one of my favorite games. Remember when they had that PC game? as well?
Copyright Nintendo. Copyright this Nintendo. Which one?
Oh, speaking of copyright, They renewed the copyright for Nintendogs today.
Uh-huh.
Not that they're ever going to intend to make a game, they just want to prevent the people who created the game to be able to buy the copyright back.
Of course.
Same thing they did with Golden Sun. You should go to
Yeah.
the Golden Sun subreddit if you want to see some
Exactly.
angry people.
Yeah.
They never finished the game. There's a third part out there that's supposed to be released to complete the game, and it was never made because it didn't make enough profit, even though it's one of
Yeah.
the best Game Boy Advance games,
Games ever. Nintendo. This is a thing that Konami did, for example. They
Oh.
did this kind of shit with Kojima, and everyone got up in arms. But Nintendo does it. Nothing.
Before New Leaf, they almost cancelled Animal Crossing.
Yes, they did. They almost did that. Yes.
And yeah, New Leaf was way more fun. Don't get me wrong, I like New Horizons, but it's so sterile. Everyone's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not. It's not a really a livable. There is so much stuff, and people just keeps like there is. Nintendo games are not perfect. They're flawed, but I think is a lot of people only started looking at the flaws later. They get caught in the hype. They get caught in the astroturfing of good press that they always get in the marketing. Now, even the fact again, the Nintendo Directs. Now they don't even need to be in the real world anymore. They need to. They can control directly the exposition and when their stuff is put out there. And but today, and this I think is symbolic because here's what happened today during the Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct set a point. The stream stopped working.
Oh, I remember that.
The stream stopped working, and you know what happened? Okay, no, they're gonna resume. They're gonna start again. No. They couldn't start again because everything was timed. The stream was timed, and then at the end of the stream, the announcement for the price and the pre-orders was timed, so they couldn't just resume. So what got cut out? The trailers of a lot of indie games that were supposed to happen in that moment of silence got cut out because Nintendo screwed up the transmission, and they
wanted the one that they thought would guarantee the most money to be.
That's the
What is even the point of keeping a stranglehold on?
A stranglehold on things you're not gonna make money off of.
In case you want to at some point.
Yeah.
Because it made a lot of money last time. Just because people don't know it now doesn't mean we can't rebrand it in 3 years.
Yeah.
And call it Nintendogs 2.2, which is exactly the same game with slightly better graphics.
That is literally another thing that they announced today during the streamer. They're going to release Bravely Default, where the fairy flies, which is a great game for the Nintendo 3DS. Amazing. And they're gonna re-release it for the Switch with slightly improved graphics. Slightly
improved graphics. Every woman's dream.
Oh god. Yeah. Then there is. Oh, actually. Yeah, honestly, Bravely Default is one of the RPGs that I had the most fun with ever. Like, I really, really liked it. When did I import I actually have fun memories of fun games that got shut down by the original company. Yeah, that always happened. The fun game was called Project Pokemon and Pokemon Big Bronze. Yeah, they always shut down fun games. That's another thing Nintendo always does. Then there is, honestly, anyone who buys the Nintendo Switch 2 and buys these 80 and 90 games, dollar games, are idiots and are okay with this gaming company screwing them. Yeah.
That's the problem, though.
That's the
isn't
problem.
it?
That's the problem, because they normalized doing this thing.
Like, I don't know when, in Italy, we were in Italy,
Yeah.
and we were in a game shop, and a kid picked up a game, it's like 50 euros, oh, that's a steal. And I was just thinking, what? A steal?
I don't remember this.
You weren't with me.
Oh, you never told me this.
You didn't ask.
Okay. I was supposed to ask about something that I didn't know happened.
You should be reading my mind.
I'm not an abracadabra or a Kazamir. You get that?
Could be.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so okay, more in detail. What happened? We were in a GameStop, right? Was it when we were in?
The big mall, yeah.
Yeah, it was the big mall near the station.
Yes.
We were in. Crap.
Rome.
No, it wasn't Rome. It was. We were waiting for the bus. I remember they
Yeah.
even had a PS5 there. I
Yes.
remember. Oh God, this guy drive me nuts. I'll think about it. I remember it was in the north. I remember it was Siena. It was Siena.
Yes.
It was Siena. It was Siena. At the Siena station, they have a GameStop. And you were in there. And so while I wasn't looking, what happened to you?
I was just looking around at games. I was like, oh, how weird. Usually, when I was, again, sorry to go back in time, when I was your age, when I was a kid, usually, depending on the region you were in, the prices would change. Depending on the VTA, buying games in Germany was the cheapest, the Netherlands was the second cheapest, Belgium was the most expensive.
There we go.
And Italy also had very cheap games. The only catch was obviously most of them were translated, so you'd have to play them in Italian, but, kids will figure it out, especially with games that don't require a lot of reading.
Exactly.
And I went there and it was the exact same price as in Europe. In the rest of Europe, like in the other countries. I don't remember exactly what game it is, don't quote me on it, but I remember thinking, I think it used to be cheaper in
I remember.
and Spain as well.
Yeah, I think so. I remember there was I remember.
We need all industries to do a reset. We need housing to do a reset.
Oh,
we
yes.
need food to do
Video
a reset.
crash, exactly.
Yeah, because during COVID, the prices were a little lower, and then they slowly crept up, making it feel normal.
Yeah.
Because we were all home working, so all the expenses we had for commutes and getting food at work were eliminated. They slowly increased the price, and we didn't
Yeah.
notice until we noticed.
Yep.
My example for that is lentils. I used to make
Lentils.
Remember, I used to make lentils all the time.
All your lentil stew is amazing.
It
baby.
is. But when I used to buy lentils, it was literally the cheapest legume you could get, cheaper than beans. It
Wow.
was 11 cents a can. And when I last went back, it was €1.79. Probably because
Jeez.
of popularity as well, because people eat
Yeah.
more legumes now. And this was the cheapest brand, house brand of the cheapest shop, Aldi, cheapest of the cheapest.
Yep.
And they went up in price. And sometimes they have sales and stuff where you can get it for half price, but I don't know. I'm not incentivized to buy anything. And that's what I have about games now. I'm not.
Exactly.
And that's what's pushing my nostalgia as well. I am not incentivized to try something new
Yeah.
because it's too expensive for what you're asking.
Exactly, and that's why, I don't honestly, that's the thing. I don't feel like buying consoles anymore.
Yeah.
I do mostly on my gaming on my PC, and I have a Steam Deck, which is great because that means I can play the game that I buy on Steam or a handle. And the thing is, I've been trying to give less perfect, let's say, games a chance. I've been getting more into indie games now, and now I'm playing a couple that I really like. For example, there is Guns of Fury. Guns of Fury, which is a
Do you like shooters?
yeah, I guess. No, okay, but no, it's called Guns of Fury. It's not a shooter. That's the thing. It's how do I explain it? It's a game where imagine if Metal Slug met Castlevania. You go around the map, you go back and forth, you upgrade up, unlocking upgrades, but the fighting that you do is like Metal Slug. Changing weapons, and there is mechs and everything. It's so fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's $14.99 US. $14.99.
Okay, that's a really good.
It's one of the more fun games I played in a while.
But I love a non-conflict game. I love the gaming equivalent of Totoro.
Yeah, I get it. No, then there is this other one that I've been playing. It's called Atomfall that I picked up almost by coincidence. And it's, how do I explain it? It's, Fallout? It's like, what if Fallout 3 was British? It literally set in England. It's from an England studio.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Balatro.
Yeah, there is Balatro,
Sorry.
which is literally about, roguelite, power-up, poker.
I heard of it. It looks so much fun.
Yeah.
But also very addictive, and I have a very addictive personality.
Yeah, but there is a lot. That's the thing. For the price that Nintendo is asking for one of their games, you can get 4, 5 other ones. They're smaller. They don't have the nicest graphics. They don't have your favorite characters, nostalgia from your childhood. They don't have the seal of approval of Daddy Shigeru Miyamoto or whatever other celebrity. The fact that
Homie, please.
the fact that
I will come to your house with your parents and have an intervention.
Oh God. So, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, there is so many. As long as you don't care about the brand, that's the issue. That's the power of Nintendo. There is that stranglehold on people's minds and wallets. It's the brand, guys. If you don't care about the brand, you are going to discover a lot more games for the same price. You can have a good time in without spending as much as they want you to. Just explore, just widen your horizons. And if you want me to suggest some stuff, I'm always here for you. But yeah, like expand your horizon. This is the perfect time. An overpriced console, overpriced games in AAA. Just go with smaller ones. Give smaller ones lower price a try, because spending less money, it means that you are allowed to, like, even if you don't like the game, you spend less money. That means that you don't have as much of a risk investing that. Little Goody Two Shoes, yes, I bought it, I still have to play it, but yeah, that's also a very good one. It's like, it's a horror kind of RPG, but it's very good. Okay. Oh, look at that. A fun fact, Local Tank, the guy who made Balatro, refused to have the game to be in casinos. Talk about integrity. See?
Cool.
See?
Still addictive though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I will knee your caps. I like
There is the whole thing about gacha games, which is another thing that we can talk about, but that's for another time. No, sir. No, sir, you will not knee my caps. I need your caps, capish?
American Dad is returning to Fox.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's enough.
Sorry, that's unrelated.
That's unrelated, but we stan American Dad in this house.
Yeah, we stand Smith.
We stan Smith American Dad in this house. Oh God. That's another sad thing about this whole American stuff. Now people are starting to boycott American stuff. I am how do you say, like, so done with a lot of American-made stuff, like culturally. Like, how can I take seriously another American action movie now?
I do not resent the American culture for the American fascism.
Yeah,
I do believe that for all the people that are pro whatever's going on right now, there's a lot of people fighting.
Yeah, but the thing is that a lot of American culture and American media, it's based around
propaganda.
Yeah, no, but it's literally based around the fact that, whenever there is a crisis in the world, only Americans can lead us to victory. Because at the end of the day, they always do the right thing and they lead us to the best future.
Well, the modern movies have not been doing that. Have you seen Don't Look Up? They touch on that subject. And
yeah, but no, I haven't.
A lot more cynicism
I haven't
American
seen that.
existentialism.
I haven't seen that because the problem is still chock full of American darlings. There is a bit of a cognitive dissonance about a movie that is about how America is kind of useless and up its own ass, and then you feel it with Leonardo DiCaprio and I don't know how many other.
With the darlings.
Yeah, like, you see.
All I'm gonna say is.
Yeah.
I resent the EU for having such good consumer protection laws.
You resent it? Why?
Because I miss American-style Cheeto hot chips. They have them here. They're not the same. They don't have the same bite.
Yeah.
Red 40.
There is little rapper, like, I guess he's not around anymore because I guess no one cares about. No, he didn't die. He literally ate too many of them, and he got a hole in his stomach
Yeah,
because of
I
those things.
imagine it. Those things are spicy and delicious and addictive. I've never eaten anything that addictive
And
other than McDonald's fries.
and you resent the EU for having laws that prevent you from eating that shit.
Just wanna, no, suffer a little.
Food bonk.
Everybody has their own vices. My vice was hot chip.
I don't need to that. Okay, it's almost 10:30, so we're running into the end. Don't worry, avocado, we suffered too. We're running into the ending stretch, the last 5 minutes of the stream. Yeah, your addiction was the demo. We saw that. I remember that.
See, everyone has a vice. Don't judge me. Guys, if you ever get a chance, those American style hot Cheetos.
Mhm.
Serious? Okay, if you have a good spice tolerance, because they are really spicy.
Yeah.
But if you have a good hot tolerance, just try one. Let me know.
Okay.
I need someone to understand what I'm going through.
Yeah, 5 minutes and okay, baby. Let's say if people need some filling meals on the cheap, what would you suggest? Let's say there is some people who have so
Irresponsible with their money.
yeah. For example, what would you suggest that they buy and eat? What is good?
Okay, let's start. Someone who doesn't mind eating the same thing every day, who doesn't have very sophisticated taste palates like me. I don't have very sophisticated ones.
Uh-huh.
Potato with skin on it with butter. And salt. Has every single nutrient your body needs. Will keep you nice and full. Will make your skin shiny. It is a really good thing when you're in a pinch. When I was a student, I'd buy a €1 bag and then the cheapest butter I could find, and that would last me 3-4 weeks.
There we go.
Every meal.
How to make potato with butter?
Good question. I wash it properly. I stab a bunch of holes in it, and I put it in the microwave for anywhere between 7 and 10 minutes, depending on the size of the potato.
Why is it important to stab them with a fork?
So that they don't explode.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
wash. Yes, dear. Please wash the potato.
Wash the
Potato
potato.
needs wash.
Potato needs wash.
Wash potato.
And what if there is any growths?
I remove the holes.
Okay.
Butter when it's out of the microwave.
Okay, so after they're out of the microwave, you put the butter on top
Yeah.
because they're gonna be hot and the butter is just gonna
They're gonna
melt.
melt, and then you're gonna get a good bite of butter and everything.
Mm.
Well, cut it in half first. Put butter between the halves. Cold butter, yes.
Yeah, cold butter because the potato out of the microwave is going to be hot,
Yeah.
so it's going to melt the butter.
I still crave it sometimes. Papa knows there are days where I'll eat that every day.
Yeah, she literally does, and I'm not gonna lie, I like them too on a day.
And then if you like a bit more variation, honestly, in a pinch, it would work. But yeah, I don't know, depending on where you live, tomatoes are really cheap. Yeah, the bag of macaroni and then tomatoes with some onion.
Yeah,
That's also a meal.
yeah,
Doesn't really need much.
there's that. Yeah, but
And
yeah.
then my classic now as an adult is the rotisserie chicken.
We'll do that. There we go. We'll try now, but I made like a little bucket of chicken, of course.
Okay, fair enough. At least you're good with food.
Yeah, I know what's in it. Yes, to it English.
Tomato.
Tomato. But yeah, the thing is, Master Nila, if you only get macaroni, that's
The
only
Aldi brand.
that's only carbs. You need a lot more stuff.
Yeah, but in a pinch, if you need to eat, you need to eat. It doesn't matter. Don't think about that.
I know, but the thing is, if you go looking for cheap food, go with the potato. Potato and butter with salt. That's
Contains everything you need.
it. Literally,
And
it
the
literally
other
contains
one,
everything.
When you're really, really in a pinch, that I also used to do, pancakes.
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 How do you make pancakes?
Eggs, flour. The ratio of flour to milk is the same, and then 2 eggs.
Huh.
And you can make up to 12 pancakes depending on how thin you get them.
So it's equal parts flour and water.
And milk, sorry.
Okay,
or
equal parts.
whatever milk substitute you can find. that's
Okay, flour and either water or milk or soy or whatever.
Potatoes, 100 grams of potatoes is like 70 calories. Yes, you will lose weight.
You will lose weight. That's the thing.
Absolutely, you will.
Because these are baked, Pascal. You put them in the microwave and you add salt and butter. That's it. These are not French fries.
Yeah.
It's those are.
Oh God, what have we done?
Oh.
We've created a monster.
Oh,
a
no.
potato monster.
A potato monster, like Darwin from Gumball.
Yeah. Potato.
Potato. The way I learned is that the best way to lose weight is not sleeping.
As someone who's
Just-
been to a bunch of nutritionists in my life, what you're losing isn't weight, you're losing muscle when you do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe.
Sorry. You're not losing weight.
Fat.
You're not losing fat. You're losing
bone
muscle.
density and muscle.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm sorry, babe. I used to do that too, in a pinch. Again, when I used to model, when I used to be a skinny legend.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't work. You just get tired, sleepy, and loopy.
Yep.
Potatoes are your best option. I am the potato queen. I will vouch. If there's a lobbying for potatoes, I am in that lobby. Also, you can make gnocchi out of potatoes with a bit of flour. It's actually pretty versatile.
Okay, how many potatoes a day?
I ate them until I was full.
I assume just one big one for dinner, a big one for lunch. I will overeat if you're not given a number though.
Oh, you are a male, I assume?
Uh-huh.
Then 2 is fine.
Two.
Per meal.
Two big, medium?
Yeah, 2 big per meal. If they're small, I can't give you an estimate. It will depend how small they are.
Depends on how small they are. So stick around 2 big ones per meal. And how much butter for potato?
I measured out 10 grams, so like a pat.
Okay.
You can spread it around nicely. If you let it melt properly, you get a bite and everything.
Yeah. So 10 grams of butter per potato.
Yeah.
Per potato. Okay. And a big yawn signals that
It is time, my
It is
children.
time to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was very fun. I really missed this kind of
I
stuff.
hope I didn't intrude too much, guys. Thank you for having me.
No, I invited you. I swear, this is how fun I lose weight.
Oh, and walk.
Walk, call Queen of Run. You need
Drink
to walk.
water, walk, and eat potatoes.
Yeah, exactly. Walk, drink water, eat potato. That's how you lose weight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Thank you. Yes, please help the guy get back into the other. Gym is also fine, but if you don't feel like going to the gym, even just walking
Good playlists. That's
with a
all
good
you need.
playlist is fun. Ciao, guys. See you
Bye,
next
guys.
time. Mwah. Love
Thank you.
Bye.